continuing our series on raising your frequency. Today, Quinn will share more based on my video about 10 habits to raise your frequency, which I divided into 3 parts: body, mind, and spirit. Today, I'll go into more detail about 10 habits to raise our physical frequency habits that I've personally adopted and will certainly continue to use in the future. The first habit that has significantly changed how I feel in my body comes from the most basic thing we all do in the morning: brushing our teeth. In some previous videos, I mentioned I used to brush with coconut oil or a mix of coconut oil and salt. That's one option, and it's a great one because it's completely natural. The ingredients are easy to find and affordable. Many of you later asked me what type of coconut oil or salt to use. The coconut oil I use is from 1 for 1. I buy the large bottle for convenience and to reduce waste. I like 1 for 1 because its coconut oil scent is very natural and pleasant, unlike other brands. I've also seen many people use coconut oil, which is more popular and easier to find. For salt, I use Sahu. In a previous video, I explained why I chose Sahu salt, so you can refer back to that if you want the reasons. But essentially, I really like Sahu salt, and they have many varieties to choose from, each with slightly different flavors. Currently, I'm using bamboo salt, and I mix it with coconut oil like this. In the morning, about 1 capful is enough. If you want to use it for both brushing and mouthwash, take 2 to 3 capfuls. Then I mix in a small teaspoon of this salt. After mixing, I use that mixture to brush my teeth and then gargle for 30 minutes. My teeth feel incredibly clean. However, I know many people aren't used to such a manual method and might feel their teeth aren't clean enough. Or perhaps it's too cumbersome, especially when traveling, right? You can't really carry a jar of coconut oil and a bag of salt. So, I've tried many fluoride-free toothpastes, and I really like this one, Sudanta toothpaste. I've almost finished this tube. I like it because it has a very pleasant herbal scent, a subtle clove and cinnamon aroma that isn't too strong and is very comfortable. I personally like those scents, so brushing feels very pleasant. With regular, conventional toothpastes, just the smell makes me nauseous. I don't know why, it's been like that since childhood. My body has a very strong reaction. Speaking of fluoride-free toothpaste, many people are probably familiar with it. But for those who aren't, especially younger people, because I know my channel sometimes has middle schoolers watching, I'll briefly explain some of the harms of fluoride in toothpaste. First, too much fluoride can cause white, yellow, or brown spots on teeth, damaging enamel and looking unappealing. Second, it can affect the thyroid gland. Fluoride can interfere with thyroid function, especially in people with iodine deficiency, leading to metabolic disorders. Third, with long-term use, since we use it daily, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, fluoride can easily accumulate in bone tissues. Over time, this accumulation can increase the risk of bone pain and stiff joints. Next, it can irritate the mouth and digestive system. It can cause mouth ulcers, nausea, like for me, or stomach pain if swallowed. There are also suspicions of its impact on the brain with high exposure. Some studies show that high fluoride exposure is linked to reduced cognitive ability in children. Since we use it every day for a long time, it's best to eliminate fluoride if possible. This is also backed by science. Continuous high-dose fluoride use can affect your pineal gland. In spirituality, it's often called the third eye, while scientifically, it's the pineal gland. This gland helps with ideas, creativity, and also significantly influences the activation and balance of hormones, sleep quality, and insomnia. Basically, everything in our body is interconnected, not separate. So, if one part has a problem, other parts of our body will also be affected. Therefore, it's best to find options that are more suitable for your body. This Sudanta toothpaste is from India. It's listed as paraben-free, contains no nuts, and is tested for heavy metals. Both children and adults can use it. I only recommend it after finishing an entire tube. My household has already ordered 3 more tubes. It's very affordable, around 56,000 VND per tube, and it's pleasant and comfortable to use, fluoride-free, and very convenient for travel or taking to the office for brushing after lunch. Your mouth naturally smells wonderful, like cinnamon chewing gum. That's why I love this toothpaste. The next habit is also very important because we do it every day: drinking water. In the past, I used to buy large 20-liter water bottles and keep them at home. I would drink from them gradually until they ran out, then replace them. After drinking like this for a few years, it wasn't immediate. I felt a change within my body, but not for the better. I constantly felt like my body was lacking something. Later, as I learned more, I understood that my body was missing minerals and electrolytes, which bottled water often doesn't adequately provide. Not to mention, leaving water in a plastic bottle for a very long time, and who knows how long it was stored before delivery. If plastic bottles are also left in the sun, it's very dangerous. The water will contain many microplastics. Later, a health professional friend advised me that it's best to drink boiled and cooled water. I found this quite amusing because I used to drink bottled water, but my aunt at home always drank boiled and cooled water. After some time, I noticed she was very healthy, while I was getting weaker and weaker, and I couldn't understand why. When my friend explained it, I realized, oh, that's why. Once again, getting healthy doesn't need to be complicated or expensive. In fact, sometimes the simplest things are the most effective and even free, just boiled and cooled water. Why? Because boiled and cooled water brings yin-yang balance. When you boil water, you kill many bacteria. As the water evaporates, light metals also evaporate. Then, when the water cools, it becomes yin, achieving a yin-yang balance in your water. And what we need is balance within our bodies. If we drink bottled water, they don't boil it, they just filter it. And we can't be sure how clean their filtration is. For me, ever since I switched to boiled and cooled water, my body feels more balanced. When you drink freshly boiled and cooled water, you can control the amount. For example, you boil enough for one day, drink it all, and don't save it for the next day. With bottled water, you leave it there, drinking it day after day, month after month, until it's empty, right? Not to mention, once you open the cap, airborne bacteria enter and multiply inside that plastic bottle. But if you boil fresh water daily, you drink it all, or if not, you discard it and boil a fresh batch the next day. That alone significantly reduces the intake of bacteria that proliferate in stagnant water. Also, after boiling and cooling the water, I can proactively store it in a glass bottle. I boil the water, pour it into this bottle, and drink from it all day. Glass bottles are always better than plastic. But if, for some reason, you can't use a glass bottle, for instance, if you have small children at home, it's best to find BPA-free plastic bottles. Look for the BPA-free label at the bottom of the bottle, and ideally choose well-known brands for peace of mind. I've always used Lock & Lock. I bought this glass bottle from Lock & Lock too, and I feel very secure using their products. Some of you might ask why my water looks cloudy. This is a mixture of lemon, sugar, and salt, which I call making my own electrolyte water. The most basic ingredients are sugar and salt to balance the electrolytes in your body. I used to just drink plain filtered water and even drank a lot of it, but the more I drank, the more tired I felt. Later, I learned that the water in our body, or blood, isn't plain. It's slightly salty, meaning it contains salt. So our body actually needs water with a slightly salty taste. And if you sweat a lot, exercise heavily, or do intense physical activity, you need to replenish electrolytes even more, balancing salt and sugar. Many people use coconut water with a pinch of salt. That's electrolyte water. But for those who are prone to coldness in their body, limit coconut water. That's why I use salt, sugar, and a bit of lemon. A little lemon makes it tangy and sweet, very delicious and easy to drink. In the morning, I also add chia seeds. I drink it on an empty stomach to cleanse my intestinal walls, helping my body eliminate toxins completely. So, after waking up in the morning, brushing my teeth with fluoride-free toothpaste or coconut oil with a bit of salt, I go downstairs, boil water, drink a warm detoxifying glass of water for my whole body, then move on to the next step, lymphatic system detoxification. This is a very simple habit that doesn't take much time, maybe 2-3 minutes, but it creates a completely different sensation. And you can truly start your day with a dramatically different mindset compared to before you detoxed your lymphatic system. For those unfamiliar, the lymphatic system is the body's waste disposal system. It helps to circulate toxins, cellular waste, and bacteria. When lymph flow is stagnant, toxins accumulate, making the body prone to fatigue, swelling, and inflammation. Second, lymph contains many immune cells. If lymphatic circulation is poor, immunity will decline. We'll get sick easily, experience more infections, and recover slowly. Additionally, stagnant lymph can cause acne, dull skin, cellulite, hormonal imbalances, and make the body feel heavy and lacking energy. Because the lymphatic system doesn't have its own pump, it needs our support through movement, deep breathing, massage, and drinking enough water to circulate. That's why I put the step of drinking water before lymphatic detox. When it comes to the detox step, it's also very simple. You just need to remember to detoxify these 8 points. 8 might sound like a lot, but actually, when you look at this diagram of the human body, you'll see it's not complicated at all. These 8 points are the ones you need to tap every morning to detoxify your lymphatic system. First is the inside of the left elbow, then the left armpit, then the right elbow, then the right armpit, then the left groin, then the right groin. And finally, behind the left knee, and then behind the right knee. All will start from the left side first. Whatever you do on the left, you do the same on the right. Simple and easy to remember, right? The simplest way is to use your hand to tap. You cup your hand like this, then you tap like this. You tap each spot 40-50 times. Tapping with your hand works, but I find it painful, it tires my hand, and it doesn't go deep enough. So I tried buying a specialized lymphatic tapping stick, which is this stick. It's much gentler and feels much better. And it has an adjustable length so you can tap all over your body. It feels fantastic. But I've discovered something even asterisk more amazing. A massage gun. Oh my goodness, I see this as a savior, a lifeline for office workers, for those who work in prolonged static postures, for people who overexercise at the gym, or for older individuals whose lymphatic systems tend to be sluggish and blocked. It often leads to aches and pains in the neck, shoulders, back, arms, legs, hips, and sciatica. Going for a massage every day isn't a solution for most of us. First, it's not convenient. Second, there's no time. Each massage takes at least an hour, right? How can you go every day with work and expenses? So, it's not a long-term solution. Tapping with a stick only helps a little because it's only for circulating smaller lymphatic blockages. If you have a lot of pain and soreness, it won't do much. And I found it, the massage gun. Oh, my true love, my new sweetheart right here. I spend day and night with it. You can see this gun is very compact. It's easy to hold. Anyone can hold it. And the massage gun's strength can be adjusted from gentle to strong. It has 4 levels, so it's very flexible to use. And the great thing is, you don't need to apply force to press it in. You can simply increase or decrease the intensity. Let me turn it on for you. It makes this sound, then you place it here. Then you can massage like this. For example, if your neck is stiff, like mine often is, you just glide it over and it works wonders. You don't need to press hard at all. If you want more force, you just adjust it. Hear that sound? The force gets stronger, and pressing it again turns it off. Oh, I love it so much. Once you have this gun, you'll find it incredibly convenient because unlike professional massages where you have to book appointments, wait, and then tip, costing a lot, with this, whenever and wherever you feel pain, you can use it immediately. You don't have to wait hours or until the next day or the weekend to get a massage and endure the pain until then. You can relieve the pain instantly. And the cool thing is you can use it at home, and it's small enough to take to work or the gym. If you get muscle soreness after a workout, you can use it right away, and your muscles will recover much faster, and you'll feel less pain in the following days. What else is amazing about it? You can use it not only to take care of yourself, but also to care for your loved ones. Going for a massage only benefits you, but with this, you can help yourself and others. It feels very meaningful, and it's incredibly affordable. Yesterday, I checked on Shopee, and when it's on sale, it's only about 700,000 VND. That's incredibly reasonable, and it's a Philips brand, a good one. Plus, for the ladies, you can even use this to massage your abdomen and thighs. It's fantastic. Massaging your belly, thighs, and other areas where fat tends to accumulate helps blood circulation, which improves metabolism in those areas, and you'll be less prone to cellulite or excess fat in those regions. And this gun is very easy to use. You just charge it. The charging port is here. It's a Type-C charger. It charges quickly, too. I remember it takes about 30 minutes to fully charge, and it works wonderfully. So, this is the answer for those who often suffer from neck and shoulder pain, back pain, sciatica from sitting for too long, hip pain, or muscle tension. It feels amazing. If you have trouble sleeping at night, just use this for a few minutes. Oh, you'll sleep soundly? It's truly worth it. This is a very worthwhile product to invest in. Next, this is a bit sensitive, but it's very important and can't be left out because it's also part of our morning body detoxification routine. That is, after brushing your teeth, drinking water and tapping your lymph, you'll probably feel the urge to go to the bathroom. But are you going to the bathroom correctly? What? There's a right and wrong way to go to the bathroom? I didn't know either, until I once visited a friend's house and saw it, and I tried it. I was like, oh my God, it truly makes a huge difference. It's a toilet footstool. This is something you push underneath your toilet, and it fits perfectly. It's designed that way. So, when you sit, you place your feet on it, and it makes you feel like you're squatting. For those who don't know, squatting is the most natural and convenient posture for our intestines to detoxify and have a smooth bowel movement. Usually, when we sit in the normal 90-degree position, it's not natural or beneficial for our intestines. So, we often have to strain and push hard to expel waste. Long term, this isn't good for our intestines, and straining too hard can even lead to hemorrhoids. Or for those who already have hemorrhoids, sitting in that position will only worsen them. Especially for people with constipation, that posture will make constipation even worse. Since I got this stool in my bathroom, I've noticed everything is truly different. I don't have to spend time sitting there and pushing. It just comes out naturally when I sit with my knees bent at a 45-degree angle. So, these are small changes. They might seem insignificant, but they truly change your life. Small changes that lead to big results come from these tiny things. A healthy body is a body that can detoxify well. So, for example, if you feel you're supplementing a lot but your body still isn't feeling better, it's possible your body needs more support with detoxification. The next habit is one I think everyone needs to have in this day and age. Most people nowadays carry phones, use computers, and look at iPads, right? From children to adults to seniors, I see everyone in my house holding a phone or watching TV, always with some device in front of them. If you use it for a long time, especially me, I get tired very easily. First, the simplest thing is eye strain. And next, I feel an internal energy imbalance. My energy field gets disrupted. I feel restless, have trouble sleeping, and become easily irritable. But for many of us, looking at a computer screen is part of our job today. So, what's the solution? Blue light blocking glasses. It's a bit reflective when I wear them, so I'll just show you as a demo. They look like regular glasses, there's nothing special about them outwardly. But they can block blue light. Before, I didn't believe it. I thought, at most, they block a little bit, but how could they block enough to change how my body feels? But they really do change things. Before I had these glasses, if I looked at a computer after 9 p.m., I would suffer from insomnia until 3 a.m. My body is that sensitive. So I wouldn't let myself look at a computer after 9 p.m., but sometimes I'd feel inspired to work or needed to look at the screen and couldn't. It felt very frustrating and annoying. Or on days when there was too much work, should I just accept staying up until morning? So I tried it. I bought these glasses on Shopee. They were cheap, only a bit over 100,000 VND. I tried them and it really made a difference. My eyes felt significantly less strained. This area here didn't feel tense, and my temples were very relaxed. I found it much easier to fall asleep. My body no longer felt restless. And while working, I felt more comfortable. I didn't feel that sense of tension looking at the screen anymore. And when you're comfortable like that, you naturally feel more inspired to work and you become more efficient. These can also be used as sunglasses, because when you go out in the sun, they darken and block UV rays. I don't personally need UV protection, but that's an added benefit of these glasses. They block both blue light and UV rays. They also shield from dust and wind on the road. I like wearing glasses. I used to be nearsighted, but after laser eye surgery, I don't wear them anymore. So, sometimes I miss the feeling of wearing glasses. Ever since I got these, I love wearing them all the time. I feel intellectual, bookish, and cute somehow. I think this product is very essential. Children need it very, very much because it will help keep their eyes healthy, avoiding problems like early aging, weak vision, myopia, and astigmatism. For older adults, it will certainly help keep their eyes healthier. When your eyes are too tired, you'll easily get headaches. Have you noticed? Because everything is interconnected, it's all one area. So, when your eyes are relaxed, your head will also be relaxed. And when your head is relaxed, your neck, shoulders, and upper back will also relax. Everything is connected, so if you just change one area of your body, all the surrounding areas will benefit too. Next, habit number 6 is one that helps you achieve a better posture and also opens up your chest, elevating your heart's frequency. That is, opening your upper body. Often, when we sit in a static position for too long, we tend to slouch and hunch forward, right? And when we look at a computer, our neck juts forward, leading to what's called turtle neck and a hunched back. Sitting in one position for too long causes a lot of muscle tension, leading to blocked qi and blood circulation. This means less oxygen reaching the brain, making you feel sluggish and tired. In that state, no matter how long you sit there, you won't work effectively. You'll only think about going home and sleeping, right? The massage gun helps a lot with relaxing the neck and shoulder muscles if they've been tense for too long. However, the posture of jutting your neck forward is something the massage gun can't fix. You need to proactively adopt postures to bring your spine back to its original position. I personally use a foam roller like this. It comes in two sizes, this one and a larger one. I usually use this one to open my upper body. It helps to realign your spine. It's like, if you've been hunched forward too much, you now need to stretch backward. When you lie in that position and realign, you'll feel very comfortable, and you might even hear some clicks and pops in your spine and chest as it opens up. You'll feel it's easier to breathe because your chest is now open, allowing more oxygen in, and you'll feel much more at ease. Often, if you're frustrated, upset, or feel something heavy in your chest, practicing this posture can also help you release a lot of things. Because in this position, you're opening your heart very comfortably. You're not forcing it, it just naturally opens. When you release those things, your body's frequency will automatically rise. Because at this point, your body has everything it needs. You're giving it exactly what it requires, so it becomes healthier, more comfortable, and happier. That's when our frequency is elevated. Alternatively, if you don't have a foam roller, you can lean against a wall to stretch and open your chest. However, I still recommend using a foam roller because it allows you to be in a completely relaxed state. You don't use any force, so it brings you back to the most relaxed, comfortable state. Additionally, I also use a massage ball like this to roll out specific spots. For example, if I have tension in my shoulder blade or any other spot like sciatica, I can lie down and roll this ball on it or lean against a wall and roll it. It targets that exact spot. It feels incredibly good. And these things aren't expensive at all. You buy them once and use them for life, and you can even share them with multiple family members. They will take care of your health, help you avoid unnecessary physical discomfort and pain, and empower you to be proactive in caring for your body, instead of being passive and waiting for someone else to heal or help you feel better. You should open your upper body anytime, as much as possible. Literally, the more the better because we sit for 8, 10, or even more hours a day. So, opening your upper body 3, 4, 5, or 6 times a day would be even better. So, I can only say the more the better. I usually do it after sitting for 3-4 hours. I'll stand up and do it once. Or if it's not convenient at work, I'll immediately open my upper body when I get home. And besides the upper body, you can also open your hips with the same foam roller. Look at this posture. You just lie like this, and it will stretch your hips. Normally, when we sit on a chair, our hips are flexed, causing those muscles to contract, making them easily tired. And for women, it can lead to more pain during their period because those muscles are constricted. So, if you diligently stretch this area every day, you'll find your period much more comfortable because there's nothing blocked. Blood circulates freely, and where there's circulation, there's no pain. Habit number 7. This is a habit that I used to do regularly, but for a period I forgot about it. And when I picked it up again, I felt, wow, this is truly an amazing habit that I think everyone should have, reading before bed. Why? First, reading a book instead of scrolling on your phone helps you relax your mind significantly. You're not looking at blue light, and that alone helps your body start to relax. Melatonin starts to be secreted, making you feel sleepy and fall asleep more easily. And when you read a book, you're also putting beneficial information into your subconscious before sleep, instead of watching drama, sensational news, or war stories before bed. It's like throwing trash into your body before sleeping. And when you read a book, it's like a quiet moment with yourself. You can hear your inner voice, the echoes in your consciousness, your inner teacher reading to you. That's the essential me time, connecting with yourself. So, read books, and it's best to choose books that are relaxing, therapeutic, educational, or self-enriching for your mind, rather than detective stories or horror. And of course, you shouldn't use overly bright lights to read, because bright lights can also make it difficult to sleep. It's best to use soft, warm yellow light and combine it with blue light blocking glasses. That's what I do. Even soft yellow light can still be stimulating. So, it's best to turn on a soft light and wear blue light blocking glasses to read. And I feel very intellectual doing it. Recently, a friend gave me a reading lamp that I absolutely adore because it's super, super cute. Can you believe this is a reading lamp? Unbelievable, right? This is a reading lamp. How do you read with it? Do you just hold it up? No, look at this. It's adorable. This is how you read. See? Page by page. And it's very comfortable to read with. I don't have to get up to turn off a standing lamp. You can even read in the dark and it's very clear. This lamp is great because it has adjustable brightness. This is a medium brightness. You can adjust it to be brighter. See the light here? And you can switch to white, blue, or yellow. It has 3 colors, and I especially love it because if you have a family or kids and you don't want to disturb others when you're reading with a light on, this is a perfect solution. It's just bright enough for you to read without bothering anyone else or glaring in their eyes. And another cool feature is that it has a timer. You can set a timer, for example, 9 minutes. After 9 minutes, the light will automatically turn off. So you can set a timer, say, for 30 minutes of reading. When the light turns off, you know you've finished your 30 minutes and can go to sleep. Or you can use it as a night light. You can set it for, say, 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, usually when you're already asleep, the light will also turn off. It's so clever, very convenient, and super lightweight. It's made of plastic. And you charge it here. The charging port is here. It charges very quickly, just a short while and it's full. And I've been using it for over a week and it's still perfectly fine. It's a tool, a device that I find too cute, too adorable, and too versatile. You can use it as a reading lamp, a nightlight. Its colors are too charming and it has a timer. You can use it for yourself or buy it as a gift for others. In short, you absolutely must have one, especially if you love books. And I believe many of you who watch my channel love reading. So, this is something you can consider buying. Next, habit number 8. This is something I've mentioned in a few recent videos, and it's very important. Lately, I've realized just how important it is as I continue to practice it. It's about having more greenery around, specifically buying more plants for your home and living space. If you're in Vietnam, especially in big cities like Saigon or Hanoi, you've seen air pollution levels constantly rising in recent days. So, having plants is more urgent than ever in times like these, especially if you want to raise your personal frequency and boost your health and that of your family. In a previous video, I mentioned that plants already help raise your frequency because they have a frequency that corresponds to a meditative, relaxing state for your brain. Not to mention, plants have a very stable frequency. So, being around plants helps you feel more stable yourself. You'll be less prone to emotional ups and downs, and thus, you'll find inner peace more easily. And these days, with so much pollution, people often buy air purifiers, right? But did you know that plants are Mother Nature's best natural air purifiers? They're readily available, you just need to bring them home. Unlike an air purifier, which is just a machine, a plant is a living thing, and you'll feel a significant difference in your space. When your room, your house, has enough plants, you'll suddenly feel it has more life. It's not just concrete, it's not just computers, there's life in it. Because plants are life. And you'll feel less lonely too. Because now, in this house, you're not the only living thing, there are also these plant friends around you. And these are very adorable, loyal friends who purify the air day and night to help you live more comfortably, healthier, and cleaner. For those of you who, like me, aren't plant experts but still love plants and prefer ones that are easy to care for and hard to kill, here are 3 types of plants that I find very lovely, easy to maintain, and resilient. First, the snake plant, Sansevieria. Snake plants release oxygen at night and can partly block EMF waves. You only need to water them every 5 to 7 days, not continuously. And occasionally, give them some sun and they'll be healthy. Similarly, the ZZ plant is also very easy to care for. ZZ plants and snake plants are both very hardy. And next is the pothos. I really love pothos, especially growing them hydroponically. They can live in water, which is very lovely and relaxing. Pothos also grow very fast. So, whenever they get a bit long, I just propagate them. Then I put them in another jar. This pothos is the one I keep right by my bedside. Pothos are excellent air purifiers. So around me, it's mostly pothos. My balcony also has a lot of pothos, and stepping onto it, I feel very cool and comfortable. The cost for these plants isn't expensive at all. You can go to a nursery or even buy plants on Shopee. They'll ship them directly to your home. It's very simple. Everything is almost available online now, so take advantage of it. Even if it's not many, just a few plants in your room. If you have the means, buy more, fill your room with plants. If you want to be even more economical, like me with pothos, they grow long, and I just keep propagating them, and soon my whole house is full of plants. It's very economical. The next habit is something I see as very common in Vietnam, but rarely talked about. Abroad, I see them place a lot of importance on it. It's checking for mold in your home. Because Vietnam's climate is hot and humid, mold is very prone to occurring, especially in hidden places like inside wardrobes, bathrooms, wall corners, under stairs, or areas with water pipes. I've noticed it's very easy for mold to grow in those damp places. If left for too long, you'll even smell the mold, and it's very harmful. First, it's harmful to your respiratory system. When you inhale those molds and bacteria, you get a cough, sneeze, allergic rhinitis, and asthma. It's especially dangerous for children and the elderly. Next, it can cause skin allergies and irritation. If you often feel itchy, have hives, or irritated eyes and don't understand why, or even experience headaches and wake up feeling sluggish and tired without a diagnosed illness, there's a good chance there's mold somewhere in your house that you're unaware of, and you're breathing it in every day. This is because some types of mold produce mycotoxins, which are toxins that can weaken immunity, cause chronic fatigue, and reduce concentration. Not to mention, it will also destroy the structure of furniture in your home, rotting walls, peeling paint, damaged wood. Clothes will have a musty smell that's very difficult to deal with, and a moldy house always feels gloomy and stuffy, which significantly affects your mood and sleep quality. Speaking of which, my own bathroom has a bit of mold lately, and I've started to feel a bit uncomfortable because of it. So, in a few days, I'll have someone come to deal with that mold. And one time, when I went to my friend's house and there was mold, I felt very breathless when I walked in, and I didn't want to stay there. But after she dealt with that spot, the space truly felt much more open. It was much easier to breathe, and she also added many plants, so the air in that space was purified wonderfully. Finally, the last habit is liver compresses and wearing socks. This is a habit I've mentioned before, but I have to bring it up again because it's important, effective, and incredibly inexpensive. Inexpensive because you only need to invest in a hot water bottle like this one. This is a regular hot water bottle that comes with an outer cover to prevent burns or excessive heat. It's very cute and thoughtful, and I love the blue color. You just need to invest in this, and whenever you can take advantage of hot compresses, do so. Most commonly, apply it to the liver and kidney areas, especially at night. If you have trouble sleeping, notice acne breaking out, or experience indigestion, you should hot compress your abdomen and liver area. And for women, you should also compress your kidney area. The liver is responsible for detoxification, while the kidneys are responsible for marrow, blood, and bones. So, healthy kidneys mean healthier skin and hair, darker, less gray. Therefore, compressing is very important. Especially if it's cold like now, and you're in an air-conditioned room, your body really needs hot compresses. And wearing socks is an absolute must because many people, especially women, are now suffering from coldness in their bodies. So, wearing socks, whether at home or outside, is essential. I've been wearing socks constantly lately, and I truly feel it makes my body much warmer. When your body is warm, it's already healthier. Metabolism also improves. Warmth symbolizes life, and to raise your frequency, your body must first be full of life. So the first thing is to keep warm, and that must start from your feet, because your feet are in contact with the ground, and the ground is very cold. The ground is yin, so you must always keep your feet warm. Of course, warm food and warm drinks are a given. I've mentioned that constantly. Next, compress your liver often. If you drink bubble tea often, eat fast food, or stay up late, you should compress your liver even more. Because when the liver accumulates toxins, you easily become irritable, difficult, annoyed, and grumpy. How can your frequency rise then? At that point, it can only go down. Once again, we must support our body in detoxifying. Help it detox. So, these are very effective and very cheap ways for you to do that. It's just a matter of whether you do them or not. And one more thing, this is a piece of advice that I wish I had heard when I was younger, especially for young girls. Especially in cold weather like this, prioritize keeping your body warm over wearing revealing clothes just to look pretty or sexy. Because when you're young, you might not feel the effects yet. But once you reach your mid-30s or 40s, you'll clearly feel the consequences of the actions and habits you practiced in your 20s. At that time, the cold chi, from intentionally enduring the cold to look beautiful, to wear that short dress, that off-the-shoulder top to be sexy, to make your crush like you, or just for pretty photos, will come with a price later. And when that cold chi has deeply penetrated, it takes a lot of time, effort, energy, and money to expel it. I myself am still having to deal with that, still having to expel cold chi every day. Because when I was young, I was like that too. I thought, oh, it's just a little cold, it's not that bad. Why are those people so bundled up? Or I even thought older people were too traditional, old-fashioned, not open-minded. But now I realize, okay, everything has a reason. So, I would advise you to find ways to dress warmly, to style your clothes in a way that you're warm yet still beautiful. That will be more lovely and appealing than dressing scantily in very cold weather, because later, you'll be the one to suffer the consequences. I wish someone had told me that back then instead of saying, if you dress like that, you'll be judged or seen as inappropriate. But that was about what others thought, so it didn't persuade me. I always thought, why care what others think? As long as I'm happy, I'm okay. But if I had known that I wouldn't be okay, that my body would pay the price for those choices, I would definitely have reconsidered. So, what you do today, 10 or 20 years from now, you might see the results of what you did today. So, love your body and start making changes today. All products Quinn mentioned will be linked in the description and in the pinned comment. So, please click to see all the products Quinn referred to in this video. These are 10 habits, 10 small changes with extremely significant big results that Quinn hopes you will apply in this new year. Quinn herself will definitely apply these habits. And if there are any new products or habits in the future that Quinn finds good and truly useful, and that Quinn personally loves, Quinn will certainly continue to share them with you. Because if Quinn knows, you should know too. Quinn hopes that after some time, you will come back here and comment to let Quinn know how you've changed and how your health has improved after you started applying the habits Quinn shared today. Where there is love, there is revolution.